Of course, I'm back here in the Loess Hills of Iowa on some state forest land. I've never been to this section. This used to be a Boy Scout camping area, but recently the state of Iowa has acquired it, and it's all state forest land. It's beautiful here. You would think on this weekend, being Memorial Day weekend, that there would be a lot of people here, but there's not. Besides me, there's a family fishing about 200 yards away, and that's it. Why? Because it's about a mile hike from the parking lot to this lake, which I think it makes it a little too inconvenient for a lot of folk to come here, and I'm okay with that. I hiked for about 3 hours today, just exploring potential spots. However, there's only one spot right on the lake, and I managed to snag it. I set up my tent. Both doors open, cool breeze running through it. And I also put up my tarp, even though there's no rain in the forecast. Today is hot and I need the shade, so the tarp is providing me with some relief. I packed light, for me that is. I didn't know how far I was gonna have to hike, so I wanted to make sure that I could do it. So in keeping in with that theme of light, I brought some freeze-dried camping dinners. I'm leaning towards the chili mac. I'm just gonna collect a little bit of wood. I don't plan on having much of a fire tonight, just enough to keep the mosquitoes and the biting flies away. They're thick. I didn't bring water. This body of water is safe to drink if you filter it. It's spring-fed. And there's no farm fields too close to contaminate it with fertilizer or anything that they use. So it's a real treat for me to have that and not have to lug 30 pounds of water with me. I'm gonna take advantage of not having to do a lot of work, keeping my chores simple today. And I'm just gonna relax in this heat and wait for the evening sounds by this lake to keep me entertained throughout the night. Mosquitoes and biting flies are thick. I find these, I don't know what you call them, the old school way of keeping mosquitoes away. They often come in a coil. They also come in these sticks, which I prefer. They're not as fragile. I find they work better than those thermocells for the bugs in this area. I found that thermocell worked really well when I was in Maine though, so I think it just depends on the species of mosquitoes. Takes a bit to get started, but once they're lit, they stay lit. Let's see if that doesn't help. In keeping with the theme of a light backpack, I didn't want to bring a big heavy bottle of wine, so I brought a little bottle of whiskey. It's Old Forester 1910, 93 proof. I didn't know they made this in the little tiny bottles. Kind of fun. This is pretty good whiskey actually, so I'm excited to have it. I tell you what, the bugs are thick. I've intentionally put some funky wood on the fire in hopes that the smoke will help. The biting flies were bad today and the mosquitoes are bad right now. And to top it off, I've had a couple little silly errors that have just made life a little bit difficult today. The water filter is clogged and it just isn't filtering as quickly as I would like. It takes forever to filter a liter of water, and that's with squeezing it and everything. I've only used it a couple of times and I cleaned it out, but it sat for a year now without being used, and I'm wondering if I just didn't clean it well enough or whatever, but it's been aggravating. And the other thing that's happened, I almost lost my drone. I'm not sure how I found it, but I did. It just got caught up in a gust of wind and flew away. And all I could see was grass, which I was grateful for because at least it didn't go in the water, but I had no idea where it was. So I just guessed, and there is a button you can push so it'll start beeping, and I could just barely hear it. I was about 40 yards away, and the battery was dying, and I just happened to see it. It was no more than 3 feet from the edge of the water. Oh, that was aggravating. In these types of situations where things just get frustrating, I've learned I just need to slow down. Slow down, reset, and then move on. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and I think a little whiskey is going to help. Even brought my little lightweight Sea to Summit cup. Just have a little bit. Put the lid back on. I definitely don't want to lose this. And cheers. Oh, that is really good. Very good. And I'm getting hungry, and I'm just going to have some pretzels right now. And just relax and take a break. And I'm not complaining at all, but making these videos is a lot of work. I don't really look at it as work. It's fun, right? But sometimes work does creep in there. And today it kind of did. I was frustrated with the water filter. I was frustrated with my drone. And then the bugs have been really thick and heavy today. And it's been hot. It's been hot and humid. And I just need to slow down and reset and enjoy myself. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I am so happy I didn't bring a complicated meal to cook, because I'm just not in the right state of mind. I'm happy that it's going to be just a freeze-dried dinner. And this is what we're having. Peak Refuel 3-bean chili mac. I like chili mac. And I had the Mountain House one. And you know what? It was fine. And if this one is equally as good, I'll be happy. I'm hoping it'll be better. Someone told me that actually this one is actually better than the Mountain House, so we'll see. If it is, I'll just be pleasantly surprised. I have pretty low expectations for these freeze-dried dinners, but I'm so happy I have it today. Just add water and wait 10 minutes is right up my alley today. In fact, as I'm sitting here, why don't we just go ahead and start cooking? It doesn't need to be some big fancy elaborate production. I need to enjoy myself a little bit too. It's funny, I love camping and I love making these videos, but there's not a whole heck of a lot of camping when you're making videos. I'm going to say 2/3 of it is just concentrating on the video end of it. And I love it. I love the video end of it. But some days, it can be frustrating, you know. You just need to learn, or I just need to learn to slow down and take it easy when I get frustrated. Yep, we're just going to cook this on my camp stove. Let's see, how much? Just 5 ounces of water. I'm gonna light another one of these bug sticks. They really do help. My problem is I haven't been sitting in any one spot long enough to enjoy it. There we go, good. Just put my come to a boil. All in all though, it is beautiful here. Again, I stayed away from here in the past because I just thought it was going to be too popular. And there have been a few people that have showed up. But I tell you what, I bet you during the fall and the winter, I bet you it's pretty empty here. And I can't wait to explore it this fall and see what I can find. I don't necessarily need to camp by the water. In fact, I would love to camp in this in the woodland to the south of me. There's really big trees back in there, and right now it's just too lush and too thick to navigate. But this fall and winter, when it thins out, I really would like to explore that and spend a few nights back in there. That's a wonderful thing when you go to a new place. More times than not, you find several different spots to camp. Okay. Tell you what, I'm hungry. I'm hungry enough that I'd eat a freeze-dried camp meal. Oh, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I already feel a lot better just sitting down, relaxing for a minute, and not worrying so much. Look at that, my water's boiling already. It's amazing. Ooh, hot. It has macaroni. I see the different beans in there, and it even has some corn. All right. It's been 20 minutes. Smells good. Smells like chili mac. Okay, here we go. There it is. It's tasty. No complaints.
Oh, let's see how this is, shall we? Smells good. This one's pretty good. I wouldn't mind having this one again sometime. In fact, I enjoyed this more than my 3-bean chili mac from last night.
Although I don't know what it's going to look like yet in the final video. I'm hoping and guessing the nighttime shots that I did are going to be pretty good. Let me know. I mention it because during the day, I found myself getting increasingly flustered and frustrated. Just by little, I can say they're errors, but they weren't even really my fault. It's just things happen. The drone got caught in a sudden gust of wind and flew away. I have a really light drone. Really, that stuff just happens. I would love to know among YouTubers how many videos they get out of per drone. Because the probability is one day I'm going to lose it. And I wasn't as thankful as I should have been when I found it. I was just frustrated. Frustrated because I wanted to get some beautiful lake shots in the evening to give you perspective. And when I did slow down, I found my creativity and my motivation to be a lot better, which led to those awesome nighttime shots. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I have. And until I see you next time, take care of yourself. I'll see you later.